Hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Rosey of RoseyPlans. Today we're planning out the week of January 23rd through the 29th using this Simply a Mess kit. This is her Princess of Genovia kit. It is themed after the Princess Diaries, which I just absolutely adore that franchise, and fingers crossed for a third one. It's been a long time since I've used a kit from this shop, and then the owner was kind enough to throw in these foiled freebie quote overlay boxes from the movies, which I definitely use. And then I just pulled in some foiled extras that I had laying around in my collection from Sticky Essentials and Scribble Prints Co., which you can use Rosey 10 to save at Scribble Prints Co. So before we get into the video, if you are new here and you like what you see, you like planner videos, you like flip throughs, hauls, kit lineups, all that kind of stuff, a lot of behind the scenes action, how-tos, I hope you'll think about sticking around and subscribing and becoming one of my friends here on my channel. I'm really trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's been a big goal of mine for a long time, so anything helps, like giving this video a thumbs up. Also, I do have a lot of helpful links in my description box, just to any coupons or discounts or helpful videos. But if that doesn't answer your questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I also might forget to say where a sticker is from, and you can always ask there as well, and I'd be more than happy to get back to you. Now that we're done with all that housekeeping business, I feel like this week was really boring. Just because work's been really slow. They warned us ahead of time that we were going to be short on hours just as a whole, because it's a long story. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to over-explain to you. But that just means I haven't quite been working as much, which means I have more time to film videos. So it works out for you all. So if you're watching this, I'm going to just give you a spoiler alert, and this is like more reasons why you should subscribe, because I got a lot of things coming up. So obviously I have my February kit lineup coming up, and then I filmed, which it already went up, but I filmed my fourth quarter flip through, and then I'm not sure when the next two are going up, but I did film a full planner flip through that I did a voiceover to, because the quarterly flip-throughs are nice, but I like seeing a planner front to back with no interruptions. Like, those videos break it into chunks, and sometimes it's nice to just see the whole thing. And so I wanted to do that because that's personally how I like planner flip-through videos. And then I did a planner awards tag, planner favorites tag, whatever you want to call it, for the year as well. So, and then obviously a bunch of Plan With Me is coming up, so it's just really exciting. Like I said, some of those videos might go up before this, some of them might be a sneak peek, but either way, I'm really excited. And something really special about the week that I'm currently planning that's really weird is I didn't use a single extender box. Like, who is she? Do we know her? This like never happens to me. Just so you know, I am filming this voiceover on Tuesday, January 31st, and currently my Apple Watch says it's snowing, but I checked right before I started filming this voiceover, and it is fake news. It is not snowing, it isn't even raining, it isn't even like freezing ice from the sky, it is just nothing outside, and it says it's been snowing for like almost 2 hours, and I'm just disappointed because I like don't have anything to do tomorrow in real time. It would be nice if it snowed, I wouldn't mind, but I just feel like it's just been teasing me. And then some other stuff that has happened. Today Real Time Fall Out Boy announced their tour, and I'm so anxious for tickets, so I will hopefully already have them by the time why did I say finger? What? That was embarrassing. This video goes up. Is it because I don't know, playing with my hands? I don't know where my brain went. I'm like very embarrassed right now. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Like, do I start this over? Nope, I'm gonna keep going because I'm a real human whose brain wanders sometimes when they talk and they say the wrong things, and will just keep my embarrassment in there because it's kind of funny in hindsight. Also, Lucy's cuddling me, and Olivia's somewhere. I think she's laying in the bed in front of the window. So if you hear them, I apologize, but they just live in their best life. Little Miss Lucy is a little bit gassy tonight, so that's been kind of fun. Some other stuff that happened this week is we got the Heartbreak Feels So Good single from Fall Out Boy, which is super exciting. And I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I almost like it more than Love from the Other Side. So that's like shocking. There's that. I was just really bored a lot this week. I tried to go to the Chicago show, but didn't get tickets, and it was an epic fail for Fall Out Boy. Basically, my week consisted of working out, being bored, watching things, and planning. And that's like the bulk of my week. I did get to FaceTime Keaton this week from Keytown, which is always fun. And yeah, I don't know. This week, like, honestly, nothing happened. I did my Instagram live where I tested new makeup, and I figured out which products I like and which products I don't like from that. So if you're curious and you want to know, let me know, and maybe I can do an updated video. I did finish reading the Inheritance Games this week, and I did really enjoy it. It was a really good book, so I liked it so much that I also started the second one this week. It's called The Hawthorne Legacy. I know some people like to read, like, take a break from a series and like alternate books or alternate series, but I'm somebody that I will forget every single thing that happened in a book, so I need to read the next one like right away. So I'm just continuing on with that, and it'll probably take me a little bit because I only listen to it when I'm in the shower or when I'm driving. And because I haven't been working as much, I haven't been driving as much. And also when I have been driving, I've just been choosing to play the 2 Fall Out Boy singles on repeat. I've listened to them an unhealthy amount of times. Like, yeah. Also this week, Panic at the Disco announced...
One sec.
Excuse you. No one invited you to the party, Siri. Panic at the Disco announced that they would be no more. Brendan Urie announced that the band was breaking up, and I have very mixed feelings about this. I've been seeing this band since 2007. They've been a pretty constant in my life. However, I really hated the last album. I listened to it a bunch because I was going to the tour and I knew he was playing it front to back. But the second that tour was over, I haven't listened to it again. And that last album was so bad. I honestly was hoping that there would be like a redemption album at least before it happened, but I understand he wants to spend time with his family. But that's just right now. Things can always change in the future. He could get really bored and decide he wants to tour again. Who knows? Who knows? But it was something I had to mark in my planner because it's like a big deal in my life. And yeah, also I put the wrong quote box down. I wanted to put the I spun without hurting anyone, since she was like in heels and a fancy gown there, and then I ended up putting the wrong quote down. And then I obviously had to use the quote box that says like, he fixes cars, he plays guitar, like whatever, he's so hot, like whatever that full quote is. I had to use that one. I had to use Catch a Falling Star and Put It in Your Pocket, just because that I had to sing that in choir in middle school, so I just kind of thought it was funny, and I put it over the Mustang since she sings that when it's raining and she's laying in it. And then I, of course, had to use the "Me, a Princess? Shut up!" And then I put the Joey No Joe on the other one, on another box, just because it was small and I felt like it needed one to balance it out. So, yeah. And those are all in silver. So I used a lot of gold full box overlays just because I felt like the spread needed both. I felt like it couldn't just be silver. And I do really like how it came out. Now, personally, the colors chosen for this kit are not my favorite. I like the bright blue, and the other colors, the yellowy color, I could keep, but the rest I could leave. I would have rather had the green brought in or that deep red, but that's just me. So, getting into this week, the first thing on Monday that went up was my January mystery subscription video, and I appreciate all the support on that. It did have a giveaway, so yeah, stay tuned. I want to do more giveaways this year. It's kind of like a big resolution of mine. And then I had a YouTube binge, and I marked the Fall Out Boy ticket fail. Then it was leg day, so I just used some dumbbells from RoseyPlans. You can use my code Rosey15 to save at Carlea, or if she's having a sale like new releases, you can put Rosey in the notes to seller at checkout to still get my freebie in a random colorway. And if you use any of my codes, thank you so much. Then this day I washed my hair. Honestly, I just didn't have a lot of stuff to put in, and these munchkins never match anything, but they matched this. And then I watched more Tornado Chasers. Then Tuesday I put that Panic at the Disco broke up. Again, RIP. Then I did my push workout, which was chest, shoulders, and triceps. Then I used a Plannahannah house to mark that my chairs could finally be redone after being on a waiting list since June. And I do PR for Plannahannah as well, so you can use my code Rosey15 to save there, or if she's having a treat week or a sale, you can put Rosey in the notes at checkout to get my freebie still in a random colorway. And then I did some planning this day. I marked that I was lonely AF with this Olive sticker. She's Olive Digitals now. And then I marked that I finished reading Inheritance Games, and that book is on my freebie. Then I used a little bat to mark Fall Out Boy's single. I'm almost out of those bats, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. Then I marked my Instagram live, and that I was just completely bored out of my mind this day with this old school teenie and the cat hat. I miss them. Then I watched a lot of Criminal Minds, which is currently paused in the background as I'm recording this voiceover. I started reading the Hawthorne Legacy this day, and then I used this really old scribbler to mark that I watched The Princess Diaries because I was using this spread. I just had to, and I felt that the scribbler matched so well. And no one has done like Princess Diary character stickers, so just do the best we got besides like a TV or a Disney Plus sticker. Moving into Thursday, I did English. I marked my plan with me, which was my Aloha Mora plan with me, and I will link it in the eye up above, which was Harry Potter themed. And then this was the day that I did all of the planning. I filmed all of the flip throughs, I filmed the base, I filmed like Monday through Wednesday, like I just did all of it this day. Then I marked my pull workout, which was back and biceps, Criminal Minds, and then that I did a bunch of editing because I did all the filming, and I just was really into it this day. I was super motivated and super into just the whole thing, both the planning. Oh, and also really quick, if you're wondering what happened to the polish on my middle fingers, Undo isn't friendly with these nails, it turns out. So, surprise to me. Moving into Friday, I did my cardio workout, and then I tidied up my house. I kind of like straightened the kitchen and like vacuumed and just made it look a little bit cleaner, but didn't do like a deep clean, and that's from Plannahannah. And then I washed my hair again this day, so I just thought I would mark it since I did on Monday. And then I did my makeup, and I just adore those heart lipsticks. This day I went to work, which was really actually nice to be at work. I really enjoyed it. And then I went tanning and watched Criminal Minds. And then moving into Saturday the 28th, the first thing I did this morning was some planning. I don't really remember what I did, but I did something. Wow, I think maybe I put some Funderlays from Hannah down on the next week, which are super cute, so I can't wait for that spread. But anyways, I did, like I said, planning, and then I did my makeup this day because I had work, and it was another really solid day at work. While I was at work, my dad came over to my house and fixed this thing that was like outside, that was like a metal grate that was like banging around in the wind and driving me nuts. And that house again is from Hannah. And then I just used another old teeny from Glam Planner to mark that I had cramps. I didn't have a ton to mark, so I figured this worked and took up a lot of space. Moving into Saturday, the first thing I put in was that I had to wash my sheets. You know me, I call it Sheet Sunday, so yep, and my towels as well in my bathroom. And then I did some more planning and watched The Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement, and then Keaton and I had our FaceTime and we watched Toy Story, and I used a potato head because I thought that was the character that matched the spread the best. Then I used this little chocolate bar that I put a Plannahannah heart over the red. Okay. I used this chocolate bar that had a red heart, and I used a gold Plannahannah heart to cover it up. The chocolate bar was from a Keytown freebie a long time ago, and I just put that I had all the cravings. And then, what did you know? I watched more Criminal Minds. I'm past episode 100. If you know, you know, you know, if you watch the show. And I'm also watching the new season. So if you're watching the new season, let me know what you think. Here are my kit leftovers. This format was a little bit of a challenge to use, but it did work, and I did manage to get it done. Here are the scripts that I made myself. This font was called Princess Sophia. If I can remember where I got this one, I will link it, because I don't think it was off of my normal website, because I had issues finding a font this week, to be honest with you. It was quite the challenge. Some weeks were so easy, and then some weeks I honestly spend over an hour looking for a font, admittedly, which is way too long. It shouldn't take that long to find a font, but I like them to be perfect. And I know a lot of you like when I match the fonts really well to the spreads. I get lots of comments, lots of DMs about it, so I know you all agree, right? Okay, friends, that brings us to the end of this video. Just know that if you are struggling with your mental health, that you are not alone. My DMs are always open for you. They are RoseyPlans on Instagram, just like it is here. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. It all helps me out, and I appreciate it. I hope you liked this video, and you're having a great day, afternoon, evening, wherever, whenever in the world you are watching this, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, friends.